Guys, what's up? So I'm gonna take you for a little ride today. On my way to the junkyard right now. Got a day off today. I just worked 10 out of the last 11 days, so I have a day off. Yeah, leave me a comment if you think you work too much. I'm always kind of interested to hear how many hours people work in a week. It seems like a lot of people nowadays are working their asses off in a shitload more hours than they used to. So I'm always kind of interested to see where people are at and the crazy number of hours they're working every week. I work tomorrow, so today I'm going to try to get some stuff done on the truck. I want to run to the junkyard and just get a price on a transmission. I might be able to pick one up cheaper used, probably on Craigslist or something, but I just want to see what the junkyard is going to charge me for one. While we're driving, something else I wanted to talk about was, I had a question the other day, did you quit car audio? And so I wanted to answer that question. No, I didn't quit anything. So just doing some different stuff lately. I'm kind of enjoying learning a little bit more about the engine kind of stuff. I'm just going to focus on doing this engine right now. I'm kind of having fun with this stuff, so play with this for a little bit. I'll definitely be throwing a stereo in the truck, so that'll be coming later. Just had another baby about a month and a half ago, so I got another boy now, so that's pretty sweet. Hi, little man. How you doing? Hi.
Take a back right now.
Also been planning for a wedding. I'm gonna get married this year in a couple months, so just kind of been laying low with the projects. That's why I've been doing kind of a bunch of just little side projects and smaller things just to kind of keep my mind occupied, but I want to get back into an actual project now, so I'll work on that truck again. Yeah, just wanted to give you guys that update. I didn't quit anything. I'm still going to be doing stereos and all that crazy shit. Most other vehicle repairs and everything I've learned over the years, it kind of stems back to car audio in a way, because every like suspension modifications and engine stuff, it's all stuff that I've had to do because of a big stereo that I was building. So I was always kind of intimidated by engines a little bit, so I avoided it for a lot of years. Once I actually started doing it and working on it, I learned that I actually kind of enjoy it. So a little multifaceted in some way. I can learn a little bit more, and that way I have a little bit more to teach my kids and a little more fun stuff. When they start working on things, I'll have a little bit more knowledge to share with them. So maybe I could be the cool dad. I didn't really get much out of that trip, but I did get to go walk around the junkyard for a little bit, so that's always fun. But it's pretty cold outside today. It's like 30 degrees or something, so not a good day to be walking around outside. And he couldn't even give me like an approximate price on one because they didn't have one pulled and didn't have the part, so that didn't really help that much. So I'll come back on a little bit better day. So now I'm gonna hit up PDQ for an oil change and a car wash. I like to take it there because it's like 40 bucks and they do the oil change, top off all the fluids, check the tire pressure, and they also wash it inside and out. Done getting washed, a bunch of 14-year-olds jump in with some rags and a vacuum. They clean it all up, steal your change out of your cup holders and shit. And pick up some more essentials for the new beer fridge. Started working back on this again. So I did measure actually from the fan to the bell housing, and it's like the same length as the other engine. So there's just a lot more engine. So basically from here to here, I was kind of worried about the space, but it's actually pretty close, so it should work out pretty good. That's the plan?
Yes.
What does your shirt say? Trouble can't be too far behind.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the engine out and you're gonna do what?
Get the tools.
I also decided that I am just gonna cut the Y pipe out. I did some reading about it in between videos, and it does sound like it's gonna be a lot more of a pain in the ass than I'm willing to deal with, or than it's worth, because I'm not going to be reusing any of it either. So A lot of people were saying that they were having to use a torch or some type of shit to get it like glowing red hot, or leave it soaking in PB Blaster or something for days to get the threads to loosen up and crack free, and use an impact, and that's not really worth it to me, so I'm just gonna cut it out. Alright, so we're getting pretty bare now. Only thing I have left is 2 bell housing bolts on the bottom. I got all of the top bell housing bolts off, and the 4 motor mount bolts. So torque converter, everything else is unbolted, starter's out, everything's ready to go. So I did kind of cut that part out of the time lapse. It wasn't really a whole lot to see, except, you know, a bunch of 4-letter words and shit flying around the garage, because I was underneath the truck most of the time. So yeah, so I'll set you back up and yank this bitch out. Doesn't look like the remain is that bad or even wet around the bottom of the seal. So I started to look around the side, and right underneath the head you can see the front is like dry and it starts to become wet, which is probably why I thought it was leaking from higher up. I couldn't really see an exact leak. I did tighten down the heads a little bit more, retorque the heads. I knew it had an issue before. But you can see like some red gasket sealer in there. And that seems kind of fishy. That usually shouldn't be there for a head gasket. So I know that these are new heads after I sold it like 7 years ago, because it was overheating and it actually had a bad head gasket. I sold it, so then somebody fixed it, put new heads on it, and looks like they did head gaskets, but they also goobered some other shit in there. Probably knowing that it wasn't going to seal, or maybe the block was warped or something else was wrong, and threw it back together. So that explains why I was leaking oil, and why it seemed like it was coming from higher up, because it was actually on the oil filter. And it's on both sides. See, it's all wet on the back, and towards the front it's nice and dry. So that's probably what it was. Still the problem from the head gaskets years ago. And I noticed when, it's kind of hard to tell in the video, but this is the coolant that dumped out of it when I lowered the hoist down. It actually looks like a little bit brown, not like a normal color, so maybe it was starting to leak into there. Oil looked pretty normal though, so I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's where it's coming from. So now knowing that it's not the rear main seal, I'm actually really glad that I pulled this thing out and I'm putting something else in there. Yeah, now knowing that and seeing all of this red sealer in there, gasket sealer, gasket maker, whatever you want to call it, that's not normal shit, so at least I don't think it is. So yeah, now knowing that and seeing this issue, I'm pretty glad that I did decide to pull it out and put something else in there. Alright, Brosens, next up I'll be working on trying to get the transmission and everything out of that. And we're going to be removing the 4-wheel drive and making 2-wheel drive. Awesome. It's out. So that's a start. I will have to find a transmission yet. And I'll probably wait till I get that to bolt everything together and knock it up and put it all in one piece. So I have an idea where I want to put it. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe, stay tuned. This should get pretty fun.